There was a version of me that shed an entire skin and turned his own hair neon to prove it. A Saturn return. It takes Saturn roughly 28 and a half years to complete one full orbit around the Sun, which means somewhere around age 28 to 30, it arrives back to the exact position it held the day you were born. Astrologers call it an initiation, the end of the first real cycle of your life, the one where everything you built on inherited beliefs, unconscious fear, and other people's expectations gets tested against who you've actually become. It doesn't ask for permission. It asks you to burn what no longer belongs to you and rise without the parts you built your identity on. The child's skin, gone, whether you're ready or not. My eyes were only just opening, still wiping the sleep off. For the first time in my life, I was staring at my own pain in the face instead of running from it. That's exactly when he showed up. A relationship, not a stranger passing through, someone I saw regularly, someone I built a life around fast. The kind of fast that feels like fate when you're starving for it. I would be accountable for what I did wrong and watch him deny it, resist it, and then somehow reverse it back onto me until I was the one apologizing. I would tell him about the life I wanted to build and watch him go blank, because nobody had ever let him want anything out loud without ridiculing him for it. I was the one with the universe. He was godless, and he made sure everyone knew it. The whole fantasy was something I built in my own head, brick by brick, out of one fact. He was there. Nobody else had ever been. We connected on a level that defied logic, fiery, until the conflict came. Then I started disappearing in real time. What I thought I'd said in a fight would come back to me an hour later as something I never said. My care started turning into begging him just to stay in the room. So I shapeshifted. Told myself maybe he was just sensitive. Maybe my fire needed reserving now, repackaging, refining, so it wouldn't burn the people I loved. I started to believe I was a bad communicator. I started losing myself inside the one relationship that felt like proof I wouldn't be alone forever. Because the abandonment wound underneath it all had always been that loud. The doubt moved in one small apology at a time. The light behind my eyes dimmed on schedule. The version of me with big dreams slowly became somebody else's fantasy, built entirely around not disturbing his peace. I thought I was weak. What I actually was underneath it was a kid still asking his father to stay. Then my best friends woke me up. No, you're a great communicator. No, you're deeply empathetic. No, you don't explode over nothing. You have reasons. Wait a minute. Was I ever actually being heard in that relationship? The honest answer, once I let myself hear it, was no. I was screaming into a void shaped exactly like the one I'd screamed into as a kid, begging my own family not to leave. I didn't recognize the loop while I was inside of it. I'd only just taken that origin wound by the horns, right before this fantasy walked in wearing his face and handed me the exact same test the sky had already asked me once. I was never scared to speak. I was never the one who burned things down. What actually caught fire was his refusal to look at his own reflection. He stood in front of the truth and let himself turn to cinder instead of turning to face it. I fell asleep to all of it slowly. By the time I woke back up, I was in too deep for anything but leaving. He was confused when I finally said it out loud. I no longer needed to be understood by a system built entirely on my own self-erasure. There is no way I am reliving this curse. And yet, there I was, inside it, born with a version of this curse from my own family, and somehow, out here in the wild, still recognizing it as love at first sight. Avoidance felt like home. Being ignored and begging to be understood felt familiar enough to mistake for chemistry. while I stood there living on breadcrumbs, holding my own loaf the entire time. That's how it happens. You get scared of being alone, and every choice after that, fear organizes itself around avoiding an empty room. And still, every single time, I choose my creativity, my agency, my dreams, because even alone, I remember one thing. I'm part of something greater. He may have been godless. I'm not. I'm the universe expressing itself as me, here in this body, for however long I get it. And the only real question left is what this life will have meant by the time I'm done using it. You are not alone. Your dreams are the expression of you, and nobody gets to dictate what you do with that unless you hand it to them yourself, the way I did. Before you forgot yourself, what you actually forgot were your dreams. Is that what you really want to carry into the ground? You carry centuries of bloodline behind you to get here. Give the actual game a shot. What I forgot was me. All I had to remember was that I had dreams in the first place. Choose. Express. The magic was never his, too old.